Hello, I am a white guy on the internet, Lars, and this is my podcast alongside Doplex. And while we are happy to put this podcast on YouTube because we heard that that's what you want, it is a labor of love. It doesn't really help us in terms of listen counts or acquiring new sponsors. There is one way that you can return the favor today, and that's to subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe, like, share, comment, hit the bell if you want to get the notifications every time a new podcast comes out. You can always change your mind later. That's gonna do it for this PSA. Let's get on with the episode. By the way, a little earlier you'd mentioned that you're kind of like, oh, sorry for interrupting you, Doplex. Please don't ever apologize for interrupting Amir. He's very used to it at this point. Yeah.
Oh, totally. You can interrupt me anytime.
I don't want to interrupt you, Daddy. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the First Podcast featuring my guests, Doplex and Lars.
Hey.
What's up, gentlemen? How y'all doing? How y'all doing
What
today?
up, dude?
Pretty good, man. Thanks for having me on.
I think out of the last 12 guests, like 11 of them have made that joke that they're the hosts. I don't know what it is. There's something in the water, man.
It's a weird intro kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I like that intro.
Well, I'm feeling kind of down now that everybody's made that
Yeah,
joke.
Lars, man. Lord Vega gives us a wonderful intro, and you put him down.
No. I'm saying I'm just curious because it seems like that's what people default to. I'm just wondering what's the psychology behind that. There must be something to the human condition that drives people to want to be the host in that situation.
Well, you're putting us in the host's position.
That's true.
Yeah, you put him in the hot seat, so it's like...
Because the hosts are usually the ones that introduce the guests. So it'd be a natural joke to gravitate towards.
Ah, that makes sense.
Like, if I were to open it, I'd be like, hey, everybody, welcome to the First Podcast. I'm spitting right now.
That's better than mine.
Oh my god, we're trying to be ad friendly for the first few minutes.
Sorry.
Yeah, that was a lot better than mine, though. I like that one.
You want to do it? You want to take a crack at it?
That's good for retention, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Gets people listening.
Okay, wait,
Open their
how
ears
about
up.
this, Doplex? Can you have I don't know if you can do this off rip. So if you can't, just you can decline. But you should have Leafy introduce the show.
Oh, okay.
What's up, you fucking assholes? Welcome to the First Podcast. I don't know, man.
Jesus, what the fuck was that? That sounded legitimately like him.
That was Leafy.
Yeah, it did.
Was that you?
That was Leafy. He walked in. Yeah.
That was your wow. That was your voice. You did leave. Jesus, dude.
Thank you, man.
Also,
Thank
that
you.
was off rip.
Believe it or
That
not,
was
I have not been practicing.
Yeah, that was with no preparation at all.
Jesus Christ. I sound exactly like him.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Well done. Well, a lot of it is kind of overdubbing with your mic. You know, it's kind of like just getting close to it already is kind of half the battle. But yeah.
Oh, is that the trick? Okay.
Yeah, most of it is just blowing out the audio. Yeah.
Didn't you realize that?
Pokemon's got a fucking boyfriend.
And that is so on the fucking nose, dude. Jesus Christ.
Thank you. You think I can make it on Fiverr?
You can make it on Fiverr, yeah. Also, Storyfire, apparently. That's the next big thing.
Oh, yeah.
Story Fiverr?
Yeah. Story Fiverr. Just combine the two.
Yeah. Are you guys on Storyfire?
I am, yeah.
I am. Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't uploaded there forever. Vega, do you upload there?
I've started uploading my older content. So I just,
okay.
Okay.
go on there. Because that's kind of like, it's crazy because it's like tailor fitted to some of the shit that I do.
Yeah.
But it's just not a popular platform. As far as like the, you know, compared to YouTube, Storyfire is not a blip, you know, but that's understandable. YouTube's just a Google juggernaut. So what do you do with that, you know?
Right. Yeah, it's definitely hard to compete with that. And I think with Storyfire, it's like the people who are very prominent figures on there do really well, like Keemstar, Juggernuggets, who else? That kid behind a camera guy. They do pretty well, but I think I know McJuggernuggets, he's like the founder of it. But I think for a creator coming in as just like a newbie, I can't imagine anybody actually being able to like blow up on there.
Yeah, I guess not. Not too sure how that would even work because it seems like everything is kind of built, algorithm-wise anyway, is kind of built for them, because as soon as people show up that are already big, they're already heavily promoted and pushed forward. So it's like, or if you know somebody, I got verified on there. I think Keemstar did it. Somebody did it for me. And then,
oh, really?
Yeah, somebody did, because they were bringing over a lot of people from the community. So we were all getting, I don't know. I just kind of just make shit and upload, and shit happens. I don't fucking know, dude. People hit me up. Hey, what's up with this and that? I don't fucking know. Hey, upload over here. All right, fine. That's kind of how I am. I'm more chill about it. But I'm not chasing the rabbit.
Well, speaking of making shit.
Oh, the segue. Nice.
Yeah. The shit you make is not shit. It's like the opposite of shit. What's the opposite of shit? And don't say piss.
Shit tits, yeah. That's perfect.
Oh, someone in the chat just said food. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
Flowers, yes.
All right. I like that. All right, Vega, the shit you make is food, my guy.
Eye candy.
Like, it feeds my brain. Like, okay, so the thing, it's hard to formulate a sentence that can do justice to your content, because the things you put on the internet is like things nobody should put on the internet, and nobody should put that much time into because of how fucking insanely good it is.
Oh, well, thank you, man. I'm blushing over here.
Well, that's what I do. I guess blush, and then Lars puts them down.
Yeah, please make sure to actually specify when you blush and stuff, because this is an audio podcast. People are going to be curious about like your emotions and visceral reactions and stuff.
My heart is warm. I'm aroused.
Yeah. Your penis is erect.
There you go.
Yeah.
So don't stop. Just keep going.
Yeah.
All right. But I do want to know. I mean, obviously your upload schedule is it's not super consistent, but I don't think anybody expects it to be. With how much work you put into your stuff. Like, and this isn't like a totally interviewee podcast. I'm gonna be like, so what are your thoughts on the weather? But I do want to know, like, what do you like? What's your process for making actual fucking fire for the internet?
The process would be the concept, the script blocking. It's almost like I take the traditional parts of how they make movies, and I go through that process, but I don't follow their rules, I guess you would say. And then I try to integrate the YouTube culture into those videos.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, like, I feel like if there was like a broad category that people could put you in, I suppose the closest that comes to mind, I guess, would be commentary. But it's like the way that you approach all of that seems completely different from. It seems like your approach is much closer to how they do, like, for example, with the critical stuff. Tron is more of how I see it. It's like you're making this weird thing where it's like it's kind of like a stylized movie that also happens to be like commentary on other YouTubers and stuff. It's really interesting. I've never ever seen anything like that before. Like that series is definitely my most popular one. Anytime somebody brings it up, and then I have some that exclusively only like Trigger, which is animated because they're just fans of animation, right?
And other series is like Trend Killer because of Tro's video. Other people want me to make more of those and all that stuff, but the critical one is like that's definitely the one everybody loves, just because it's fucking. I don't know, it's a trippy series, but that one has like it's a storytelling element. There's a reason why it's made the way it is. Like there's no cuts in it. That's as far as I'll go with that one. But it's like a layered series with a bunch of shit happening that you wouldn't realize. You know what I mean? So you wouldn't realize you need to actually pay attention to what's going on. Even in the end credits, you got to turn on closed captions for certain parts. Yeah, the closed captions I had to redo because of the demonetization type shit, but it was because I'm not going to really censor myself audio-wise, but if I'm going to do closed captions because you can't understand a damn character sometimes, then I'll make it to where, because if you're going to put fucking shit in there, I mean, it's over, right? It's automatically bots taking that, you're assed out. So I'll work with that, but I'm not going to censor myself, period. So
yeah. And for most people that are in that kind of sphere of the internet, the vaguely kind of commentating sphere, for the most part, it seems like what they do is they'll get like a Blue Yeti or something, and they'll film themselves in front of their computer, and maybe they'll have like an overlay or something, or some graphics here and there, and then but yours is like this trippy visual thing, And it's not just with the critical videos. It's also like you go for a lot of different genres. You have kind of a satire of those for some of your points and stuff. And I am kind of curious with some of your videos, how much of that is like practical effects and how much of that is just computer generated?
Well, we could take critical. Critical is a blend of practical with a CGI environment, but I can't get the look without everything that's on me being practical. So I have contacts in. Everything that's on the character is real except for the mouth. And I would say that's obvious, right?
You have contacts in?
I have contacts in. I actually have ink on my body. Everything I'm wearing is real. Wow. I sat down and I painted the jacket, my arms. I got buddies that come over. And then funny enough, I have to shoot that with somebody behind a camera, but the camera is fixed because I need that for tracking on the computer. So instead, normally you would track an environment the way visual effects goes anyway. You would track like Avengers, right? For everybody listening to kind of understand what I'm talking about. If you look at it behind the scenes in Avengers, you'll see a bunch of X marks on a green screen that are different colored in the green screen. So the tracking can track the environment so they can do those camera moves and all that stuff. I don't have that, right? I don't have it. Everything I do is in my living room, you know what I mean? With a green screen and a camera that's like 10 years old now. So fucking all I do is I make myself a 3D object and then I move the camera around the scene with myself being as if it's almost like I'm one of the pillars, you know what I mean? So I'm in the environment as a 3D object. And that's the way I was able to pull that off. But practical wise, everything other than my mouth is real. So the environment, that's obviously CGI.
Oh, I thought your house just looked like that. I thought you had like trains just running through at any given time.
No, there was another one I did that people thought I was in an apartment hallway, but I wasn't. It was all 3D.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there was
by the way,
different things.
Yeah, by the way, for the audience, this is an audio podcast. Go pause the episode right now because you're probably going to need some context here and watch, especially the critical videos. The fact that that's apparently just in his house is mind-blowing. Like, there has to be so much work done there. And I'm kind of wondering, is this like the product of just like decades of learning and experience with that, or?
No, I came out the military. This is what I try to tell people too when they get started, because they think that this is like a landslide of fucking crazy shit. I've got into it with a couple people on Twitter too.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because they'll go and they'll be like, this guy fucking just telling you, yeah, just go and do whatever the fuck. What I'm telling you is the truth. I stopped I didn't date any women. I didn't go out. I didn't do piss and shit. I woke up, I went to work to pay the bills, and I sat down and I learned how to do everything I know how to do within 4 months. And that was only
4 months.
Yeah, because I looked up and researched, okay, how do I do this? Because I want to do that. How do I do that? And then it would be like, you need to create a mask. Okay, how the fuck do I do a mask? And then fucking from doing the mask, it's like, okay, how to create a scene, how to tell a story. Like all those things start to come back to 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 back as you're learning. So then you just implement it. You don't have to post it, but you could just keep continuously learning, render it out, and then look. Like it's just like when you type in how to render a YouTube video, right? All those little blocks that you're checking, there's something to learn about that. So you go Google, learn, and that's it. You just have to retain the information. It's just repetition. And as you do it,
but most people after 4 months are not on this level at all. Like this is like going from 0 to 100 in like 2 seconds. It's a drive, man. You got to be driven to do it, man. If you're not driven to do something, then you really don't want to do it. What is your, and this isn't a disrespect to nobody. If you take it that way, whatever, man. But I'm just saying, if you're looking to create crazy shit, or if you have some vision, or you have some type of creativity you're trying to grab, this is what I tell my Patreons, right? I tell them, don't compromise what's in your brain to put on the screen, right? So I want you to see what I see in my head. If I can't do that, I scrap the project and I figure out how to do it. And then eventually I'll bring it to the screen. But I'm not going to compromise what's in my brain. What you see in that episode of Critical is what I had in my dome. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? If that peanut one you just posted, right? Chunky. There was an angle from the original video that I needed to get. I don't have things to get that angle. So me and my boy got ladders, and my boy stood up there, and he slammed the fucking camera on the fucking ceiling, and we moved, certain parts around the room. We put a green screen on the ground, and I rotoscoped the rest of myself out in order to get the shot of me pointing a gun, and that was like 3 seconds. You see what I'm saying?
So it's funny. Yeah. And when the way you just explained it, because I was actually going to ask how you got that angle, and you preemptively answered, and the way you answered it, it makes sense, right? Like it doesn't seem that hard when you explain it, but like to an average viewer, like looking at it, it's like, holy shit, this is like movie fucking magic right here. But I totally get what you mean about like not compromising, because it is, especially when you have like creators like yourself who are going above and beyond for this shit. It's like, like me, myself, as an editor, and, this isn't me.
As an editor myself.
As an editor.
Yeah, right.
And, this isn't me giving your Pito kisses. I mean, kinda. But I legitimately look up to the shit you do. Like, it's fucking crazy. I think most creators who have like that drive to actually put something out there that is like next level and completely against the grain, completely unlike anything anybody's ever seen before, I think they should seriously watch your channel, because I think that you're setting a very specific bar that creators just don't set. And I think that, I don't know, you just have something that a lot of people don't have, and it's just like, it's insane, man. It's fucking crazy. And like I do respect you being able to simplify it in your explanation of it, but man, the outcome is insane.
Well, thank you, man. I mean, that's I think the biggest problems with people see the hurdle, or they see the whatever their vision is, and they're like, I don't have this, I don't have that. I don't have that shit neither, motherfucker. I make it work. There's a shot in Infinite. For some reason, I thought it was going to be other questions in that video about the shots and all this. My patrons usually have questions for me, and the shot that they had the most questions on was a hologram shot. It was a 360 shot, and the 360 went, I think 2 laps around myself, sitting around, surrounded by holograms, and I was going around, or the camera seemed like it was going around me, right, while I was stationary, when really it was the opposite. So I wanted that shot. I needed that shot, and I wasn't going to not get the shot. So, but I don't have a dolly system, right? I don't have a fucking mechanical arm that's automated or anything. I don't have any of that shit, dude.
Right.
So how do we get the shot? And I actually recorded on Instagram us discussing how to get the shot. And then I was like, dude, I got half of what do you call it? My chair just broke. My desk chair just broke. And during that time, and it was in a garage, and we were going to go dump it where you go dump shit, right, in the city.
Yeah.
And the armrest was still on there, and the back of the chair was off, and the other armrest was off, right? It was one of those breaks, right? So then I was like, dude, that thing rotates around. So why don't we just lock the camera down, and I just rotate around on it? And my buddy was like, oh, dude, all right, so I'll get on the ground, and I'll spin you, and then fucking he'll just keep the because, when you turn your head or something, well, Doplex, you should know, right? Lars, too. If you have your face away from the autofocus, it'll start to look for you, right? It'll start to fucking scan. Yeah. So he had to sit there and tap on my head to keep me in focus. And then I realized after a couple of takes, I was like, oh, fuck, there's a light source. I need a light source on my face, but if I'm spinning around the fucking room, you know what I mean? I'm not going to have a light source. So then I wind up grabbing a pole that I never used that came with the light, softbox lights, right? The cheap ones.
Yeah.
And I put one of those little cheap LED lights on the end of it, and then I put it between my legs, and I pointed it to my face, and then my boy just spun me around, and we got the shot. So I didn't compromise. We figured the fuck out with nothing, pretty much, and we made it work. And that's all people that are looking to do this type of stuff kind of just need to just get it in their head. Don't stop and get all depressed about it, or don't look at that brick wall that's in front of you and be like, well, I can't get around that. I can't get over that. Bust through that bitch. You can do it. There's a way to do it. You just got to figure it the fuck out.
That's true.
And if you're around people that are looking at you and they're telling you, oh, you can't do that, or you're no James Lee, you're no fucking Doplex, You're no fucking you're no Captain Disillusion, dude. You can't fucking do that type of shit. Get the fuck away from those people. You know what I mean? Just get out of there. They ain't got it. They don't want it. If you want it, you need to surround yourself with those people. Or ignore those people, they're shitheads, and move on. You know, that's all I'm saying.
Okay, so I just have like a billion questions here just because it's so the content that we're talking about here is just so different from almost everyone we've ever had on the show that just like there's millions of things running through my head. And I guess my one question, which I doubt you'll interpret as like insulting or anything, is that it seems like it's probably like a lot of work for the amount of an audience and the amount of views that you get. Mm-hmm. So why do you choose to go so far over the top with it for a video that's going to get like, say, 10,000 views, for example?
Well, why not?
Good answer.
Well, most people don't, though. Like, most people don't want to try this hard.
Most people make this content?
Yeah, I mean, and no disrespect to them. I'm not saying, like, they're not making good stuff, but, like, you look at, like, I don't know, like, your average commentary, like I was saying earlier,
it's mostly just... To me, that would be the answer. Most people aren't making this content, right? I want to see this content, so I'm going to make it if it's not out there. I don't want to hire an editor because the editor can't do what I do because how the fuck am I going to explain it? Mm-hmm. Right? How do I explain, hey, I need you to put this I'm gonna send you some
baby
footage.
Nut here while I fucking blast his brains out and then
exactly
quick cut to me with peanut butter on my face.
Yeah, exactly. There's just what you're saying is there's no it's the same thing everybody else tells me, the same shit, right? If I want to sit at a desk and talk some shit about people or do whatever the fuck, then I can expect probably the audience to reflect that, right? I want to make cool shit. I want to make shit that makes you think a little bit here and there, and silly shit too, right? There's plenty of shit that I make that is just whatever. It's just it might be impressive to look at, but it's just something to make you chuckle. You know what I mean? Like the Susie Lou thing. There's nothing there really to think about, right? Other than the metaphors I'm throwing at you.
The obvious jokes,
yeah. Those are obviously what she does, and they're all meant to be that way, right? But there's other things that I try to do, right? So I want the audience to reflect the content that I make. And also, when you got people that were in the position that I am, but now are not in that position. James Lee, for example, was stuck in the same position I am until somebody uttered his name. That person that uttered his name was PewDiePie. You know what I mean? So that's the type of, when people are looking at you or people are looking at me and talking, I'm not a kid either. I know all this shit just happens, right? Fucking, if I know some guy, right, and he's not famous today, but he's got some fucking potential, but he's doing what he's doing, and he's not famous right now, you know, fucking, it'll probably happen for him. And even if it doesn't, he's doing what he loves to do. So whatever, dude. That's where I'm at. I love doing what I like to do. I want to watch more stuff like the shit that I'm making, but it's not out there, so I'm making it too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I mean, obviously you're kind of in that paying your dues stage, and if you enjoy it, then even if it is a lot of work, it must just be a lot of fun to produce. It looks fun to produce. Like, this looks like the kind of thing, like, if I had the desire and like the energy and time for it, it would be so much fun to watch that at the end, like that final product. That must be so satisfying.
Yeah, to consume. When you're done with it, when a project like that, it's fucking it's crazy, dude. It is frustrating as fuck though. Sometimes, like, you'll get a light in the wrong position. Like if I'm going down, like that episode you just posted, the Infinite episode, going down the hallway, there's lights on top, right? And I designed it in a certain way, because that series, all the series eventually will tie together. And I don't think I've ever said that before. But all the series will eventually tie together. So so the design of that series is for a specific purpose. So the design of the hallway and the design of all the chambers and all this stuff, they're for a specific purpose. And we wound up filming, and I wound up forgetting to put the damn light where it needed to go in order for that effect to at least be close to realistic or believable, at least. That's all I need.
Yeah. Right.
I don't need to have it look like Transformers, right? I just need to pull it off to where I can immerse you, right? That's one of my goals. If you can forget you're on YouTube, I've accomplished half the goal.
Well, that's definitely the experience people get from your channel. I remember, I think it was like a year ago, maybe, you were kind of walking me through your editing process. I remember you were sharing your screen and just seeing your After Effects project. it's insane that you could build little sets like that. Like,
yeah, I was thinking, your bitch was probably like 200 layers and shit.
Yeah, dude, like that shit was insane. And like, it is pretty cool to just see like, you're essentially making like a sandwich with all the layers on top. And then like, once it's done, you take a bite, you're like, that's just pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a good fucking sandwich.
Because I use like 5 of the softwares together.
Right.
That's what the magic, when people are like, oh, Vegas, Adobe, man, go with Adobe. It's like nothing that can compare with it. Nothing compares to Adobe, dude, because they all work together. And it just, it's beautiful.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I have a love-hate thing with Adobe. I mean, that's all I use, but like,
we all do, yeah.
So, yeah, it's just, I feel like I've developed Stockholm syndrome with it.
Yeah, but it just makes sense, man. Like when I'm in Premiere and if I'm wanting to edit an audio clip a little bit better and Premiere's not cutting it, there's literally an option in the right click menu, which is, do you want to go edit this in Audition? And then we'll automatically import it back in with the edits intact. Like it's a common design language and interactivity with each other. Which is why I exclusively use Adobe software for any sort of video or audio editing. I can't imagine using anything else at this point.
Well, me neither. Yeah, there is nothing that can keep up with it. No, nobody can. What are they gonna do? Like I think it was like Hit Film. There's other softwares that try to come out, and they can't compete with them.
Vega, I have a challenge for you, and you don't have to do this.
Upload a video. I got it.
You do have to do this. Yeah.
Well, yes, but hear me out. I'm curious to see what you could do if you like downloaded like iMovie or something and used that.
Oh,
like I feel like that would make a really interesting, like
like
do all of your effects in iMovie.
How though?
Yeah.
How would that work?
I don't know.
That would be kind of it would work. It would work if it was like an April Fool's Day thing, because it's like you do what you can with the software, but it's you can't make critical in iMovie, obviously.
Yeah, probably not. I don't know. I haven't touched anything else other than Adobe for a long. Well, 3D software, but not anything else other than that.
Yeah,
because you don't really go anywhere.
So walk us through the process, by the way, here that like. And I do want to talk about the new Tony Hawk in a second, but let's okay, so day 1, you're not involved with this stuff at all. Day however much later, all of a sudden you're a very accomplished video editor with a very distinct style.
Mm-hmm.
What was the impetus behind that? Why did you want to do this?
Long story short, I guess I was deployed. Me and my buddies wanted to start a company, right? Like apparel and all that stuff.
Sure.
And we had a bunch of money. So we were like, fuck it, let's do it. We registered, we did all that shit. And we were like, because from the get, I was like, why we need to do our own promotions and all that stuff, right? Because we would know who's buying our apparel, right? Yeah. So I started looking up editors and people that did graphic design, all that stuff. And that shit was expensive to get all those people to actually, because you can't hire somebody to do one thing and then they're that's it. You got to cut them off. It's going to be a constant thing, was my idea.
Right.
So I wound up looking up how, tutorials and shit like that. And after a while of like taking notes, I just said, dude, when I get back, I'm just going to build a computer and then see if I can, handle Photoshop. And then once I jumped in that rabbit hole, 4 months later, it was just fucking, because it was like After Effects, I didn't even know that was really a thing until I actually built the computer.
Yeah.
And then when I actually sat down and I was like, how do I make this into, whatever? I saw 2.5D animation. Then I saw, after seeing how pictures moved, masking those pictures, doing all that stuff, that's when I started seeing how to actually do 3D objects, how to sculpt, and then how to animate, how to do I had started looking at behind the scenes from movies. And I was like, how the fuck do I do that? You know what I mean? So I kept going until I think an auto roll video came up and it was Keemstar.
Yeah.
And he was doing a drama alert on, I think it was the Fine Bros. And they were trying to copyright a word or something like that. It was that crazy drama.
React. Yeah.
Was it React? Yeah, it was React.
They were literally trying to make it so you can't make a reaction video on YouTube unless you pay the trolls toll.
Yeah.
You gotta pay the troll toll if you want to get into that boy's hole.
So that one, there you go. Rockshell said it in chat. So that was my introduction. Because I was like, who the fuck is this weirdo? And he was just talking about this whole thing. And I was like, it was just weird, right? Because I'm listening. I'm like, who the hell would trademark a word react? What the fuck? And so that's how I got
interjection. I think that's a really good introduction to commentary.
What with
Keemstar?
No, that era of the Fine Brothers.
Funny enough, that actually kicked it off.
Yeah.
I just so happened to come in. I just so happened to see that right when commentary took off.
Yeah, because I was going to say, like, obviously, like, your part of your explanation made a lot of sense, but then I was wondering, how did you get involved with a very kind of specific social sphere on YouTube in particular? And so that was the impetus for that, or?
Yeah, Keemstar was the one talking about it, and then that, just the way he went about it and the way he presented the show, and then he went in to Twitter and all that, so they started showing that. I was like, what the fuck is this dude talking? And then I saw him, I recommended. iDubbbz was on there, had no clue who that guy was. I watched his video. It was pretty funny. Then it rolled into H3H3, like that type of shit. And you already know, once you hit a certain people, you're going to get rolled right into other people, right?
Yeah.
So fucking, it's just like if you hit Leafy in that era, you're going into Pyrocynical, Elvis the Alien, Bionic Pit. You're getting into all those guys. You know what I mean? If you watch
Did someone say my fucking name?
Sorry.
Yeah, so and then I started realizing, holy fuck, this is a fucking culture. So YouTube has like a culture of content, because only thing I knew about YouTube as far as that was tutorials. I clogged up the toilet. How can I fix this? You know what I mean? Like dumb shit like that, right? How do I fucking change a tire or something? That kind of weird shit. Or day-to-day stuff, right? I didn't think that there's stuff like that was happening, because remember, I was bouncing, or not remember, I was bouncing in and out since I was 22 out of Afghanistan. I lived in Italy during that time. And then I contracted after. So I was not in America. I wasn't really on the internet. I wasn't doing any of that shit. I was just in the middle of doing that, and then I figured that out. And then the whole company thing started falling apart, because the guys continued to go contracting while I was here in the States trying to make it work. So I was like, hey, I'm just going solo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm getting really interested in making content. And then that's when I came up with the Trend Killer, because nobody was really doing anything like that. I'd never heard of James Lee or Captain Disillusion or anybody like that, mind you. Right. So I thought, I was kind of like, okay, if I start doing shit like this, you know, maybe hopefully fucking, you know, maybe the rest of the community, I could teach them how to do some of this stuff too. I don't know where my head was at there, but fucking that was what was going on in my head.
I mean,
you do technically do that. I mean, you've helped me, you've taught me some stuff. I mean, you have like a little classy thing you do on for your patrons as well, right? I don't know if you're
I do, yeah. I got a tier for it, but I mean, really, if anybody asks, I'm down to teach it. You know, because I love hearing people wanting to do this shit, but what sucks about it is that not a lot of people do, because they see that it's too much work or it's too much time or whatever. You know, and I don't know. It kind of sucks, but onesies and twosies go through and they continue, so that's fine.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, just to double back to one of your earlier points about God, excuse me. I'm drinking coffee,
right,
so my throat is like, you know, like when you just have like, I was gonna say, you know, when you have cum in your throat.
Oh yeah. You don't even need
to
like
where it feels like you just
common
have cum in your
experience
throat.
for
You know?
us heterosexual men. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, what was I saying? Jesus,
I don't even want to know at this point. Yeah. This is going down a weird rabbit hole.
God.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
Can we talk? Can we take a break to talk about Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2?
Oh, that's a hard pivot. Sure.
You haven't played it? Oh man.
No,
okay.
I never played it.
Did you get into the Tony Hawk games when you were younger?
Yeah, I don't really remember them, but I remember playing them.
Yeah,
but I just don't remember that much.
Because so what they did is they just remade Tony Hawk 1 and 2, and it's like a big deal because like the series went into the shitter for a while, and now it's back to its roots and everything, and it's so good. I played it for like an hour today. You played it at Doplex, right?
Dude, I 100%ed it literally in like 3 days. I didn't do anything but play that game when it dropped.
Yeah, actually, I would say Vega, I would recommend you play it, but if you're making the videos you're still making today, you probably wouldn't have any time.
Yeah, that's what fucked up my upload schedule. So probably don't play it, Vega.
Yeah. I mean, I play some Among Us and Warzone with some of the boys and some people I got on my Discord and shit. But other than that, when I'm off work, I'm editing.
Yeah. Are you working on something right now?
I'm working on multiple videos right now. So the thing on each one of the series is other than the game show one. So
right.
I got a trigger popping it. I got a Infinite going, which Doplex, you're going to love this Infinite, by the way.
Dude, I'm so excited.
Oh, is it about Doplex?
Doplex is in there, and he doesn't know it. So
I'm so excited.
That one, I got level 3 and 4 of Critical coming out. It was just going to be 3, but then I pushed 3 to be level 4, and I injected another level in there. That's different, because now I needed it in order to continue the story, because this one's supposed to be a 6-episode series, and at the end of it, you'll be like, oh. So hopefully it has people go back and re-watch it to be like, what the fuck? This whole thing was a story? Well, we'll see if that happens. They'll probably be like, I don't get it, and then fucking move on. But
I think people will. Your content is very rewatchable. It's like, I mean, the level of quality. It's literally, it feels like, you know, like I've rewatched your videos. It's just like, you know, going back and like rewatching a show or something, just with like the sheer ability to kind of encapsulate your mind again. You know.
Well, that's some of the things that I have in my head too. The fucking, is this rewatchable? Is this, if somebody going to have their jaw drop watching this shit, are you gonna forget you're on YouTube? One of the main things when I'm done with the edit is flat out be like, did that feel like 10 minutes? And if the answer, and I show it to people too, right? So once they see it, I'm like, okay, did that feel like 10 minutes, 13 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever? If they say no, then that's one block checked. Because there's some videos, dude, you see a guy sitting in front of a camera, and he's talking, and you're just like, God dang, dude, it's been 2 minutes. You haven't done or said shit, really. Nothing is going on in this video, and you click off. And I've fallen out of love with some people just because it's like every time I show up to watch your video, bro, I am bored out of my fucking mind.
Over. Yeah,
I'm like, fucking, all you're doing is talking.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yo, Don. What's up? It's Chikiki here. And if you enjoy the first podcast and you want to help support it, head over to patreon.com/T1podcast, where you'll get a shout out if you join during a recording, exclusive access to Patreon-only bonus episodes, a special role on the Discord server, access to a Patreon-only chat channel, and more if you head over to patreon.com/T1podcast.
Yeah, the art of content creation is definitely a lot of puzzle pieces and kind of figuring out what you said, you like the boxes you check, right? And I think that is definitely what helps set your content apart from the rest, is just the fact that you can really kind of break it down and, you know, into pieces and see if they fit together the way you want them to. And if people are actually going to sit through this whole thing and feel like it just flies by, which it does, because you're right, there are plenty of videos that are like even 13 minutes long, and I'm like out by like a minute in, because I'm like, I feel like I've been watching this for an hour. But no, that's a fantastic approach to content creation.
There is kind of another side of it though, which is that, I mean, obviously there is room on YouTube for a Vega style production, and I'm glad it's there.
Yeah,
but there are a decent amount of channels that I will watch, which are literally just a guy in front of a camera with no special effects or anything, talking for, 10 minutes and just kind of talking, and I really like it. So I think it kind of depends on like what's happening at that point, because like, yeah, I like some of the more highly produced stuff, your nerd cities and whatnot, but I also just like it when someone like Drew Gooden is just kind of like making jokes and stuff about like a video that he's watching. I don't know. There's room for both of that, I think.
No, yeah, I'm not saying there isn't.
Oh, I'm not saying you are. But I'm just pointing out that like sometimes the minimalist stuff I think is appealing in its own way too. So,
dude, one of my favorite channels, I don't know if you guys have heard of him. It's called Ordinary Sausage.
Yeah.
Well, hey there, folks, and welcome back. I guess.
That guy, he makes like 3-minute videos. For the people listening, he makes like 3-minute videos where he just takes something. Like, I think the most recent one he did was like Hamburger Helper, but he'll take like cheddar biscuits from Red Lobster and like some shrimp and mash them into like a meat grinder and then make sausage out of it. And like, he just tries to figure out what he can make sausage with, and then he rates it. That's it. Like, it's the most simple kind of content, but it's still enjoyable. But yeah, I think if you have a hook, then you're fine. But I mean, yeah, there are people that are just like,
what's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about this fucking woman on the internet. I don't know.
A lot of his videos were like that. Yeah. Just talking about women on the internet, and that's how that's, yeah.
I have plenty of channels I watch that are like that, but they keep it fresh as far as like, the jokes and all that shit. They keep it flowing, they keep it moving. But there's some that you already know that, listen, and this is one of those, like, I don't even care what anybody thinks. This is my opinion. This is because I'm not going to sit through some shit privately because somebody else thinks some shit, right?
Yeah.
Right.
If I'm watching your shit and I get the impression that you're checking the block so you can get that paycheck, go fuck your mother, dude. I'm not sitting here listening to this garbage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like there's nothing. I enjoy being inspired. I like to be entertained.
Yeah.
I don't want to see somebody just sitting there stacking shelves at Walmart. You know what I mean? That's the verbal equivalent of what I'm watching. That's what I mean.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying like fucking I'm looking down at anyone. My nose is up in the air. I just look and see Leon Lush. I don't miss a video.
Yeah.
And this shit isn't the highest fucking produced or highest quality stuff. He's got some things in there that he's working on, that he's improving his content, that he's been doing over the years, right? The Leon Lush of today is a lot different than Leon Lush 4 years ago. You know what I mean?
Oh,
and I'm still watching the guy. You know what I mean? So he keeps it good, and he's more, he's more mature with some of the shit or some of the jokes that he cracks as well. I don't like that he removed the penises flying all over the place. That was funny. But YouTube and him had an interaction on Twitter where they literally said, and they timestamped, this is the reason why, and it was dicks flying. So he had to remove those. But yeah, dude, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying there's nothing wrong with it, but at least be entertaining. If you're not actually naturally funny or charismatic, or I'm not feeling it, pop out the screen and you're uploading once every other day, I don't consider you a content creator. You're just a guy that uploads or spam.
Yeah.
You're an email of somebody that keeps hitting my fucking box of hey, why don't you come on down? Your Ford is ready to go with this fucking warranty. Let's come talk about it. That's all I see.
Yeah.
So okay. Quick question, kind of evolving from that. Let's say that someone on YouTube is listening to this right now, and they're like, "Oh, I'm not very naturally entertaining." Oh, what would you recommend at that point for someone who's kind of like realizing that they're not just like automatically carrying a 10-minute YouTube video?
Well, I mean, I think all the discussions start off with why are you making content?
Yeah.
In my opinion. So if we're already at the point where we're asking questions like, well, I'm not that charismatic, what do I do? The first question you should have asked yourself before you started learning or to do this stuff or pushing the button that says upload or create now that they changed it, before you hit that button that says create, ironically, what are you doing? You're creating something for what? If you want a paycheck, that's fine. I'm friends with plenty of people that are doing this shit for nothing but a paycheck, and they're not keeping that a secret. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They do that, and that's fine. I don't give a fuck if that's what you do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're looking to upload something, and you're looking to upload something that maybe you want to channel as a legacy of all the crazy shit or whatever, that's kind of what I want on my channel. Right? If I'm dead and YouTube is still around, you can hopefully you can still go to my fucking channel and be like, dude, this whole thing is fire. Right? That's kind of one of my goals. I like uploading crazy, cool shit.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody else is looking to be famous, let's not fool ourselves here. That's a lot of people's goals. They just want to be walking down the red carpet or be recognized at the grocery store. That's why they want to do this shit. Or they're lonely or whatever the fuck their issue is. If they can recognize that, and that's what their goal is, target the algorithm. Whatever the algorithm looks like it wants to do that.
Yeah.
There's plenty of avenues for you to take. It's just don't fool yourself into what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't do what I do unless you don't love what the fuck you're doing.
Well, yeah.
James Lee doesn't upload. James Lee don't upload shit. I would say it's half and half with James Lee. I know the guy. We talk back and forth. We're gonna collab at some point.
Ooh.
But for him, it's the dude. The dude is uploading shit because James Lee. I'm not saying I'm not confirming this is what he's thinking, but this is the impression I'm getting. There is no other James Lee, correct?
Right.
Well, one of those goals is checked off for sure. You know what I mean? Like the guy is making content. You cannot watch a James Lee video and be like, oh, Who am I watching?
Okay.
You know who the fuck you're watching.
I thought when you said there is no other, I thought you meant like that there isn't some like dentist named
like
James
people
Lee
named
technically
James.
or something.
No.
Hold on, let me go grab the phone book real quick.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I am James Lee. Yeah.
Okay. So Doplex.
Yes.
I'm just going to kind of have us go around the circle because obviously Vega has given his answer in more ways than one, but what is your answer to that question that he was asking?
Like if people aren't naturally entertaining at a...
Oh, no, I'm not with that part. Just the question itself. Like why is Doplex on YouTube?
Well, I mean, I feel like it's changed over the years, right? Because I've been doing this for a while, and I think when I started, it was more so, YouTube is a cool thing to do. It's and I was making really shitty videos. I mean, they were funny, but they're also like really shitty and very all over the place. But as I kept making stuff, I realized that it's more so good to have a place to make something and kind of keep yourself busy and keep your mind from turning into guava juice. You know what I mean? I think it's I mean, it's like Vega said, just find a reason why you're doing that thing. And I feel like my reason is just so my brain doesn't turn into guava juice and I can, find a way to express myself. And also too, I always wanted to do like some kind of like very 90s kind of thing on YouTube where it's like almost feels like a Seinfeld. It's hard to explain, not a sitcom, but like I eventually want to graduate to that. So I have a goal.
Okay.
And I feel like I'll eventually naturally progress to that point. But that's, you have a goal.
Dude, I think you definitely get there. For sure.
I really liked, by the way, your food metaphor of the day, as you always do, with the concept of your brain turning, your mind turning into guava juice, because it works both ways. Because guava juice, the drink, you wouldn't want it to turn into that. But also, if you're familiar with guava juice, the content creator, I sure as fuck wouldn't want to turn into that.
Wait, hold on. The name sounds familiar. Hold on.
Yeah.
Guava.
Yeah, dude. I did not know that guy existed until fucking one of my buddies, I think it was his daughter, because he's got multiple kids and they all watch YouTube. They have their favorite people and shit. But it was one of his kids. And because I asked her, I was like, who's your favorite YouTuber? And she mentioned Guava Juice. And he's like, he was like in the kitchen, just like rolling his eyes. And he's just like, I fucking hate that guy so much.
Oh, God.
And I went onto the channel and immediately greeted with fucking,
Today we're making slime.
Fucking Christ. Yeah,
wasn't he like part of, wasn't like the Wasabi something Wasabi like years ago on YouTube?
Wasabi Productions?
Yeah, wasn't,
man, I haven't heard from them in a while.
Wasn't he part of that and then like turned into Guava Juice? I feel like I recognize his face from that from like 10 years ago.
Yeah, no, I just looked it up. That's true. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
That's why Wasabi Productions ended, because he wanted to go do guava juice.
Yeah.
And make slime.
For people in the audience who aren't familiar with them, okay, so I'm just going to start by saying there are a lot of channels out there that I am old enough to the point where it's just, those channels are clearly directed at someone who's younger than I am, and it's not necessarily that they're bad. And Guava Juice is an exception to that, where even considering the age gap in terms of his audience, he's still like one of the worst creators ever on the site. It's just like the bottom barrel of, oh my God. I can't tell, like I originally said on the podcast that like Nostalgia Critic was my least favorite creator, but now that I'm thinking about it, I think Guava Juice might actually have to battle it out in my head for that, because it's just so bad.
We should get them to start a channel together.
Just the worst channel of all, the worst collab ever.
Yeah,
he actually collabed with Nostalgia Critic collabed with this guy named Fenna, and he has it's a complete 3D series that he created, and it's about these creatures that are from a different like dimension type of thing, and this kid is like, I think he started when he was like 17 or something like that. He's got a really good thing going, and he looks like he's got a good shot to get that series somewhere, like Netflix or something like that.
Oh.
He does a whole thing himself. Animation, the character design. He gets a bunch of his friends to do the voiceovers. It's Fennah. I think that's how you spell it. But if you guys get a chance to go watch it, He's got the series as far as like the story is continuing to go.
Oh, whoa, that looks weird and crazy and cool.
Yeah,
yeah, it's like it's almost like what's that director of like Nightmare Before Christmas? That kind of director style.
Yeah.
Tim Burton kind of style.
Yeah.
I think he's taking a lot of inspiration from that. If he isn't, then whatever. But
dude,
that's kind of the vibes that I get.
It looks like a furry has-been hotel come to life. That's gonna be a weird reference, but fans of the show will get that.
Actually, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
But
I've seen all of them. I don't miss a single episode. Once I got them on notification, as soon as I everybody I got on notifications as soon as I see it, I'm like fucking, I'm hitting the bathroom, or if I'm, around people, I'm watching it because that shit is fucking fired, man. I like that type of shit.
Yeah, I just subscribed because this shit looks insane.
To guava juice?
Yeah, to guava juice.
binge watching tonight, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my philosophy with it, by the way, I'll give my answer because that was 2 for 3, is that, so I used to just be like a listener to podcasts, and then I kind of noticed that I felt like from a technical standpoint, a lot of podcasts, they don't really try as hard as they could when it comes to, first of all, trying to be entertaining on air. And then also in the editing room, a lot of podcasts are really poorly edited. So like one of the things I thought is I could probably do this better than them. And then so I just decided I was going to start that. And here we are today. This is episode what, 151 at this point? 152, I think.
Yeah.
That's actually how I got my start.
Podcasting? Oh, yeah, that's right. We should talk about that because I actually didn't know that until very recently, like today, that you were involved with a big other podcast in the past.
Catch 33 and Beta,
Catch
right?
33.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so your channel used to be Catch 33, which was like the infamous Phoenix Ashes of Baited.
Right.
So do you want to like tell us about that transition? How was that?
Yeah, well, I did the Trend Killer one, the first episode,
right,
on my original channel, and that's how Clown found me.
Yeah. And
then after me and Clown got to know each other, it was one of those, like, I think they put out a tweet, the whole group, about finding an editor or some shit. And I saw it, and I was like, well, all right. Well, because they all followed me. It was like the day after, literally. And then I was like, yo, do y'all still need that editor? And he's like, I was actually about to DM you right now. I was like, all right, cool. So I'm fucking down. What do y'all want to do? So, yeah, after that, I just went in. We got into a call. And then they were like, yeah, let's just do the audio. And then I put it, just like Baited. Exactly like Baited. But make it look different according to our branding.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, so what's the branding? They were like, we don't have a branding. So that's what you're here for? I was like, straight? And then fucking, I told them about my idea. And they said, I don't know about all that. So I did the first episode. It took 89 hours to render because I never done something that long.
Yeah.
And that edited. And then fucking after that, I, streamlined it. And then I would have it out in like a day, 2 days. But it would be, Clown editing the audio for like 2 weeks.
Right.
Or whatever the fuck he would do.
Yeah.
But they would blame it on me, right? And they're like, oh, it's Vega. He's taking too long with the edit, when really it was Clown.
Yeah.
And then I'd push it out a couple of days. But that's what I did. But every episode was different. And they're not public right now, but I'm probably just going to upload them to a separate channel. And then fucking people can rewatch them if they want. I mean, it's all old information, but the episodes are all edited.
For the visuals alone, I mean, I think it's worth it. Because at that time when Catch 33 was, a thing and alive and well, like the visuals were really what sold the podcast for me. I mean, granted it had some heavy hitters as hosts, but like watching it on YouTube, it was one of those podcasts you wouldn't listen to on like a streaming service, specifically because of the visuals on YouTube. Like I remember you would do like there's like creepy animations of them that like looked very, I don't even know how you explain it. It had a very different flavor to it.
Well, one of the things was the N-word fucking debate.
Yeah.
And they were all, I had the idea to edit them all in suits to make it look like Quentin Tarantino's one of his films.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I just had them around, smoking cigarettes and then doing the camera like that. And then fucking every podcast was getting better and better visually. And then fucking we had to kind of opt out because a lot of things were going on. So I wound up doing the thing with when we had I Hate Everything on, we wound up settling out for a good compromise. And that was the episode I hated the most because it was just like, that's not our branding, but whatever. We got to compromise and do something to put these things out because whatever. And then I think it was like shortly after that, we had Chris Ray Gun, but we never put that episode out. So and then the podcast ended shortly after that.
Yeah.
And I think Baited was like out the door too. Like everybody just stopped doing podcasts out of nowhere or some shit.
That's interesting to hear because, like, from what I know in other contexts, it seems like Alex, I Hate Everything, is kind of like a cultural chameleon who seems to just enjoy being along for the ride for any other situation. I'm surprised it didn't work out with him.
With Alex? What do you mean?
You said
that talking about the branding, because if I remember correctly, you did like all their faces as the like I Hate Everything cut out. Right?
As I Hate Everything. Yeah. No, I'm not talking about he wasn't digging it. I'm saying that the compromise as far as like the boys, the Cast 33 guys.
Oh, okay.
I Hate Everything didn't care. He was just there doing the podcast. It was chill with him. It was good. It was a great episode.
Oh, got it. Okay.
It was the visuals and putting it out all the time. So we had to compensate. And Clown, if you're listening to this, go fuck yourself. That's my boy, so he knows I'm fucking with him. But it's that big gap, and he'll laugh too because this is what he knows. This he and all the fans know it. So let's not try to fool ourselves here. Fucking the guy would take weeks to edit the audio, and I would be jumping out of my fucking ass to get the damn visuals done because it took so long to get the audio. You know what I mean? So with the IHE, by the time I got the actual audio, I had to pump it out like immediately. So I already had all the stuff ready to go, and I was like, you know what? I'll just do a loop, and that was it.
Okay.
And we got the shit was out quick.
Still working.
And that's what I meant by the compromise. I couldn't spend the day or 2 days or however many days to fucking edit the visuals in order to make that podcast a thing. Because even while it was still up, unlisted, we were still getting consistent views.
Yeah.
Like the drama was dead for a year and a half, and it was still consistently getting views because people would comment like it's been X amount of time and I still watch these.
Well,
it's like, oh, well, I guess it was worth it.
Yeah. and also too, like Catch 33 in itself was drama incarnated, right? Because I mean the whole inception of the podcast was through drama. With the whole,
it was drama, yeah.
Yeah, so man, that was like one of my favorite eras on YouTube and in podcasting world. It was just like that whole era was just something else, and luckily that gave us the inception of Lord Vega himself.
Oh, thank you.
Through it, you
but that's
born.
part of the history, I guess, of what I do.
It's kind of you just mentioned the intersection of YouTube and podcasts, by the way, and it's interesting that you mentioned that because literally today we put out the first video on our new YouTube channel, and like that's just starting right now as we're speaking. It's really interesting because so for context here, my former co-host and I were not YouTubers at all, and he dipped out a little while ago, and Doplex is a homie, so I was talking to him about it, and he's like, "Oh, you want me to be the replacement?" So I was like, "Yes." And it's been a very good decision, I would say, so far. Like, he's been excellent.
Well, thank you, Kang.
Yeah, dude, Doplex is the shit, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, man.
Fucking love this dude, man. You know what sucks? When we met at VidCon, I was so drunk and so high. I remember us like hugging and shit, but I don't remember anything after that. And that was like my whole trip.
Well, what's funny is like you were just as like outgoing and out there as like you are online. So that, if anything, that just gave me a good judge of character to know that you are like a super genuine dude, because like you don't put on a front. You know what I mean? Like that's just you.
Yeah.
Like you're.
Dude,
I'm
awesome. Too old to fucking keep up with what the hell people got going on here. Hey guys, what's going on? I can't fucking do that, dude.
Yeah.
What up, my back hurts, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think any of the three of us are putting on any sort of like persona or anything.
Yeah, no. And there's no fucking reason to, dude, to be honest. And that's just so, it's so transparent too, dude, to be real with you, man. It's just when you say, well, I don't know. It might be, that might also reflect, like I was talking about earlier, like the audience as well. When you see somebody like that and they're popular, it's like, that's gotta be kids.
And for the most part,
you know what I mean? Like this dude's got like 8 million subscribers and he's very bubbly and all that stuff, but this is like a grown ass man. You know what I mean? Like what's he got to be bubbly for? Was he rich at fucking 16? You know what I mean? Has he not been jaded by the world already? You know what I mean? Like, you're a man, dude. You know what I'm saying? And fucking, and then you like go to VidCon and you see it's like, yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
But
yeah, just continue what I was saying. We actually made the decision because Doplex is a YouTuber himself, and we were thinking like we never really put the podcast on YouTube before. It's because we weren't really YouTubers, but now we're kind of trying to do that. And Doplex is really interesting because it just showed how good of a decision it was to bring him on. Because in the span of like an hour, he produced this incredible. It's like a channel trailer that's in the style of a '90s like infomercial, and I was just like,
great! I fucking love those trailers.
Yeah, he did such a good job. I was like blown away.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
The one that confused, you made a good choice.
Yeah,
I'll say that for sure, dude. But
now I'm blushing.
The one that I remember that I was like, okay, I literally did stop what I was doing. I was like, I gotta watch this motherfucker now. Was a trailer the one where you had the bot make the script, and I saw the trailer. I was like, this looks fucking erratic. There was like flares going off. You were doing like some crazy like fucking symbol and shit, and there was like some fucking back road country shit. It was fucking crazy, and I was like, I gotta. A bot made the script, and he just said fucking and made it. I was like, that's genius. I was like, I gotta go watch this. I was like, how did I not think of that? That's what I love about YouTube is regular ass motherfuckers doing the most creative shit that they just think of, and then like Doplex. What made you do that? How'd that come about?
Just a little fart popped up in my brain one day, and I said I'm gonna do that.
You know what's crazy about this shit? We like imagine if you know how you in school. I remember in college saying this shit to the teacher too, because the teacher was like praising Picasso, Da Vinci, and we got all these artists and shit. And I was like, you know what? I bet you if they were here today, they'd be like, I don't fucking know. I didn't know what to do, so I just, you know what I mean? Like that. So there's some creative people that are just like, whatever. It's something about Jesus. He wanted that. And he was like, give me $50. Like, but they just happen to be these talented people, and they're just kind of like whatever about it.
Right.
I don't know. It just popped in my brain one day, and it's like, so how long did it take you to? Like, I don't know.
I just wanted to draw a fucking lady.
How'd you get the bot idea? I don't know. I was taking a shit.
That is where most of my my thoughts come to fruition is while I'm on the shitter. Yeah. That's my thinking chair.
What do you get in the shower? You get a lot in the shower?
Yeah. But usually, like when I shower early in the morning, my brain is like half functioning. So it's like, I'll think of like, I gotta put socks on. I gotta get dressed. And then like an hour later, I'm like, oh yeah, I should have a robot write my video.
It was genius.
Also, that's like kind of topical at the moment though, because the AIs, or the writing scripts and stuff are starting to get actually pretty good, like shockingly good. Right. So.
Oh really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Oh, wow. Like computer recognition and translating and generation of stuff is starting to, like the machine learning thing has probably within the last 5 years like quintupled in terms of complexity and like technical ability. Have you ever seen Talk to Transformer?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Talk to hold on, wait. That name sounds, is that what I used? Hold on.
Okay.
Why does that name sound so familiar? I'm pretty sure this is it.
Vega, go look this up too. And if you're in the audience, go Google Talk to Transformer, and then just type something out, and then press complete text, and it'll just like generate an entire script based on what you say. Like if you go to custom prompt,
which one? There's a few.
The first result, the one that's at the
app.infokit.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's still going. It's doing a whole thing. Okay, here we go. So I typed in the word hey, right? Super basic. And I got, hey, not mine, but my 2-year-old nephew Elliot's shirt. We got the 2 little boys matching shirts as well. When we were getting ready to leave, Owen felt, this is weird, man.
Dude, this was the example text is Elon Musk's debut album. While not normally known for his musical talent, Elon Musk is releasing a debut album. What the fuck? Okay.
I went ahead and put in the text. Amir came up to Lars and kissed him, comma. And I'm going to put in the recording chat what was said. I'm not going to say it out loud. This is what it came up with.
Let's see. Amir came up to Lars and kissed him. His tongue. He then Why don't you tested without another word? A mere and okay. All right.
It just came up with that off rip. Like,
yeah, it's funny because like, yeah, you don't need to put much. Like, here, let's see. Ronald McDonald is erect and generate that.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, it's not sexy at all. Ronald McDonald is erect and hard. His chin is high and he scowls down. He looks like he's a homeless man or an old drunkard. His clothes look ragged and dirty and ripped. Is this a poem? This has nothing to do with Ronald McDonald's boner.
Bro, I typed in Amir was taking a shower. And then it says, Al Qasim, my court-appointed lawyer, Yotam Ben Khalil, told me that my case is extraordinary as the BDSM movement is a highly sensitive political issue. If Israel can ban me from studying here, it could resurrect Palestinian movement on the West Bank. What the fuck is this?
It might be because my first name sounds like Persian. So I think it's like it's taking that and, and running with it.
Yeah, but like this is kind of it's silly as it is. It's kind of showing what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They can refine that, yeah.
This was not a thing so many years ago. Things are moving real fast.
Yeah.
Dude, it sounds like some of the movies, especially horror ones that are coming out, looks like somebody probably punched in a few letters and got that script and started filming. Nowadays with the fucking, let me tell you, the movie industry, Jesus, what is happening there? We're not really getting a whole lot of gems.
Yeah,
yep.
I know. Uncut
also,
gems?
there's not really a place for them right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, in this particular moment in time, but I'm saying, like, I'd say at least 2 years, we got maybe a few good movies. We were submerged in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but that's more of a trendy thing, whatever, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm looking at my letterbox right now. I don't have many films from the last few years. It's there have been some pretty good ones. Like, I enjoyed basically all the John Wicks. I really enjoyed I'm Thinking of Ending Things. Have you guys seen that?
No, I still need to watch that.
Yeah, that's a fucking fantastic movie. It's by Charlie Kaufman, the weird guy. And then that's about it for the last few years. I liked Knives Out. That was good.
Oh yeah, I actually recently saw that one. I liked that one.
Yeah, that was good.
It was surprised. Chris Evans surprised me on that one, actually. I was like, dude, he played a pretty good played a really good douchebag.
But it's been pretty barren for the last few years. There just really hasn't been much.
I would say that would be the main competition too on YouTube. Is this like kind of to swerve back onto YouTube type shit, content creator? Is one of the things I see is like everybody's so busy fighting each other that we do have a fucking real serious problem in my eyes that I've seen for like the past 3 years of that invasion of mainstream trying to hop in. That's fine. Everybody's welcome. That's fine. But I'm saying they're coming in here and they're bringing that bullshit in. And that bullshit is getting eaten up by YouTube, and it looks like that's what they want to go.
Yeah.
If we don't get our shit together as content creators and start producing some shit.
Yeah.
If we can start producing some shit that looks at Hollywood and Hollywood looks at us and they're just like, okay, well, let's try to buy these motherfuckers out. And we say no. YouTube's got some gems on their hands that they can actually, push as YouTube content. If they want to be Netflix, they need to start pushing the shit that can actually compete with mainstream. And they're not doing that. They're just grabbing whoever's good, your David Dobrik. I don't know shit about David Dobrik other than the fact that he treats his friends like shit and he smiles a lot. and he's got the most punchable face on the internet.
Yeah.
That's all I know about the cat, and he's mad popular.
You want a free car?
Yeah, and I saw like a couple of minutes of some of his episodes just going through, right? And I'm just like, this is shit, right? But for me, I might not be his audience. I understand there's my buddy, Dave, Dave. He says there's an ass for it. There's a seat for every ass. You know what I mean? So I get that part, but I'm saying there still needs to be done. If you want your Nerd Cities and all these other people to come out to the mainstream, YouTube needs to fucking get their heads out of their asses.
Well, what's
so
weird,
do we, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, what's weird is like I think the invasion of the mainstream, right, into any kind of, I guess like online media platform. Anytime you have like mainstream media bleeding in, 9 out of 10 times the platform is going to find a way to accommodate to it, because obviously that's essentially dollar signs rolling in They're just like, oh, you want to give me money? You want to bring your business here so I get money? Hold on, let me clean up a little bit. Let me go dust some stuff off. Let me go arrange the shelves, make it look nicer. Oh, there's a filthy, disgusting iDubbbz on the floor. Let me throw this in the trash. It's like, it's just weird that they pandered to that sort of thing, and it ultimately just makes the platform worse.
It does, because you're pushing away the original audience and the original content creators that made the place special. Because if YouTube continues to roll down that street and they keep tossing out content creators like iDubbbz, Leafy, not as big as fan, but same shit.
Yeah.
Can't be tossing out all these people, because those are the homegrown folks that made YouTube what it is.
I think that the biggest problem with that is something that is actually a problem in podcasting right now, which is that if you already have like mainstream celebrity success and you start a YouTube channel or you start a podcast, you can just straight up cheat. Yeah. Like you press up, down, left, right, A, B, and you get to like the top 100 of iTunes on day one. Just because you're fucking Snooki.
Like what's that actress's name? Fucking hell. She like just joined YouTube and like made a whole big deal out of it. It was like
Brie Larson.
Brie Larson, there you go. And she like within like a couple days, she's like celebrating she got her 100K plaque. Like it was not like nothing. Like just like, I'm so proud that I got to do this. Listen, I've got nothing against her, to be honest. I don't really entirely know who she is or what she's famous for. But like still, it's like you can't celebrate the shit because you knew it was gonna happen. Like your agent probably just made a few phone calls and bam, you're the next PewDiePie or whatever. You're the next Jablinski Games.
To be completely fair, by the way, I am hearing through the grapevine, and this could be wrong, but I am hearing that she's actually kind of embracing the platform and that she's not doing too poorly in terms of content. This is just what I've heard. Like I've heard that she's not wasting it.
Right.
Just riding on her success.
Oh,
obviously she is riding on her success to some degree, but
of course, yeah. But I mean, I it doesn't surprise me specifically because I watched Kevin James's content on YouTube, and it's actually surprisingly pretty good. Like, unironically, Paul Blart is a pretty good YouTuber.
But I mean, I think all three of us can probably agree that those are the like exceptions to a vast majority of bullshit content.
That's true.
Just invading the platform.
No,
they're the outliers. I would say for sure.
Yeah.
Jack Black will probably be the guy that they should model themselves after. I guess from what I've heard, I haven't watched a lot of his content, but from what I've heard, he's transitioned in as if he never had a career. You know what I mean? He just fucking hopped both feet in. And he just started fucking uploading crazy shit. And it's almost like he was born to be a YouTuber. I don't know. That's what I'm getting told. And if it's Jack Black, it just sounds right. So I go with it as if it's fact. But.
Yeah.
But like The Rock has even turned into going from like the guy everyone loves to just, if it's out there and it exists, I need to put my hands in there.
Yeah.
That's how I'm starting to see that guy. Like fucking Jesus Christ. You ever seen The Boys? Fucking amazing show, by the way.
I still need to watch
seen The Boys?
I've been wanting to watch it.
It's on my list.
Good.
The Boys has the thing with the superheroes that they're everywhere. Mm-hmm. So fucking as far as like if you go to the store to get a Corona, they're on there. If if you want a candy bar, they're on there. The branding everywhere. Like that's what I mean. Like The Rock is like everywhere. I can't turn.
The Rock branded himself in COVID. The Rock branded himself in coronavirus.
Yeah.
I have COVID.
But that's what I mean. Like Jesus Christ. And I remember what's his face, one of the YouTubers that was vlogging. He was a vlogger. Fucking, he actually did something with The Rock, and that little curtain came down for a second. And when he goes, he's just like, all right. So I try to go talk to him, and YouTubers are so fucking weird and delusional. Like the big ones, it's almost like they just don't talk to regular people anymore for years. And they look like they're detached from reality because they're talking to the camera,
right?
And they're talking to us. But in a manner that I look at it, I'm like, bro, fucking put it down. You don't need to tell us this stuff, dude. You know what I mean? It's like fucking, I don't need to know that. But he was just sitting there like, all right, so I went to go talk to him, but his agent, it went like this, right? It just, I don't know verbatim, but he's like, I tried to go talk to him, but their agent or producer, whatever the fuck that person is, was like, oh no, that's not, he's scheduled for this time. Right now is not the time. And it's like he was scheduled to talk to someone else for 5 minutes, someone else for 5 minutes, rehearse for 5 minutes, and then go with the YouTuber. Boom, bang, bing. Past 10 minutes, they were escorting him away. He was just all smiles, this and this. It almost seemed like he himself, I'm not saying I love that dude, but it almost seemed like he himself is so scheduled to the point where he's just the fakest person on the planet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where he's just like, oh my God, I love your stuff, this and that. He doesn't know who the fuck this guy is. You know what I mean? He's doing
like,
it because he's on YouTube. He's got 10 million subscribers. He's about to start a channel, so let's shake hands with this guy on camera.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what it really was. And that's what I mean by the mainstream coming in and just fucking the whole thing up, but whatever.
No, totally. He's like, well, one, he's like the app Cameo, but as a human, and two, he's kind of like the new age Shaquille O'Neal.
He's like Cameo but human.
Yeah. Like, you know, like you get celebrities to like say stupid shit like, hey,
for money, yeah.
Hey, Jeffrey, I see you're graduating next week. Just want to say congratulations. Your mother, Jennifer, she loves you a lot. And this has been, I don't know, Bryan Cranston. I don't know, like any
You're goddamn right.
You're goddamn right.
The thing about Cameo, by the way, is I've never really talked about it on the show, but there's something about it, like I try not to think about its existence too much because it feels like the more that I think about it, the more it feels like a weird dystopian kind of thing that you would find in like a sci-fi movie where like the floating heads of the celebrities are there just to like squawk at you if you give them a nickel. I don't know. It just feels strange. It's one of the most bizarre content platforms at the moment.
It's so fucking weird.
It's like literally like toy monkeys with strings behind them. It's just so.
That's another one of those things that you're hitting it on the head, dude.
Yeah,
but that's another one of those things where it's like it's such a wow. Like somebody's paying this person $3,000 or whatever the fuck. These are questions too on the game show that I got a Cameo section because I'm so baffled.
Yeah,
at that people paying money, right? So fucking. Was it like a $3,000? Was what the fuck is the Kardashian dude? That's a chick now.
Oh,
I don't know how to
Bruce,
say it.
Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner. It was Bruce. Yeah,
Caitlyn Jenner. Yeah, she charges like $3,000 or $2,000, something like that, for a fucking 10-second spot or something like that.
That's insane.
And then you do that, you get that, and it's like, what really happened here? If like Laura said, I try not to think about it too much because if you sit down and you think about it, you're like, what the fuck? This is so crazy.
Yeah, that's like it's too transactional. It's like
it is
selling yourself too much.
It doesn't feel like, I feel like the only point of Cameo is like if you're doing it as a joke to get a gift for your buddy, right? Like if you're paying like I hear you like I don't know, throw me a celebrity name. I hear you like fucking god damn it, I can't think. I don't know celebrities. I hear you like The Rock, so I got you The Rock saying his ABCs for you. I had to pay a lot of money for this. Enjoy it, and then you watch it and like, okay, I'm gonna save that to my camera roll and never watch this again. It's like there's literally no point to it. But then again, it's probably the same thing as like, you know, an OnlyFans, but you don't get to see titties.
Yeah. Also, like, I feel like at that point, The Rock is no longer human. For at least for those moments.
Yeah.
Like he ceases to be autonomous in any meaningful way.
He's a barcode.
And he just becomes the concept of The Rock and molded into like the visions of the guy named Steve that orders it. It's just
hey,
Steve. It takes away.
It's The Rock. I heard you don't like grain beans. So I'm sending you this message to tell you about the importance of grain beans. Be sure to watch my new movie coming this summer called Explosions and Diarrhea.
Dude, imagine completely removes anything special about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100% removes as soon as you pay someone for, like you said though, with the comedy, if I get The Rock to say something about Doplex on his birthday, it would be something like, hey, what's up, Doplex? Happy birthday. Wish your dick got bigger. Like something stupid. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully it grows an inch this year. You know, like something like that.
But that'd be
great.
worth it.
It's a perfect platform. But when you get into like something where it's whatever, like actually seriously doing something, and people are like, "Oh my God, this is amazing! It's The Rock." It's like, yeah, but you paid the motherfucker to say he doesn't know, doesn't care. All that shit is there. He's doing this again. 2 seconds after you finish your shit, 2 seconds before he started your shit, he did it for somebody else for $800.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's not really special. He doesn't know you or give a shit about you. Oh, you got cancer? Here he is. I still had to pay $800 for him to say this shit. He doesn't care that you're gonna be dead in 2 days. Sorry.
Whatever happened to celebrities doing this shit for free if somebody was dying? Make a wish.
Yeah. I see the monetary value, but I feel like fucking that would be the move. You know, like fucking do it just free.
Yeah.
It's gonna be an onslaught, though. You don't have to do everybody. You know, but fucking God.
Well, you don't have to do anyone, but I mean, yeah, I think that is the play if you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Cameo is definitely the main sign of the apocalypse.
Yeah,
is my key point. Yeah,
I think we're in it. I don't think we need a sign anymore, Lars. I think we're deep into the apocalypse as is.
Yeah,
we're I don't know. There's been like people talking about the riots and all this stuff. I mean, I remember reading in fucking college in American history, motherfuckers were throwing like actual bombs at the cops, and cops were just mowing people down. Like this was like to get unions approved or something. Like fucking like the dumbest. It wasn't even about civil rights or nothing, and that was like a normal thing.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh shit. I just remember some of those lessons fucking in class or reading about them. They didn't even talk about them in class. They were like, go read this, and I read it. I was like, is this correct? Do I have the right book? I don't remember this shit.
Well, yeah, because I also feel like in a lot of schools they kind of do the thing that it's kind of necessary when you're younger, which is they teach you history, but it's like it's not really. It's like the fun little like nice version of history where the Pilgrims got along with the Native Americans just fine, and served them Thanksgiving dinner with a fully carved turkey out of the oven, and like I don't know.
But imagine how that would go. You would need a very charismatic teacher or something like that to pull off telling the history that he or she is being told to teach, and then the accurate version, all in the same go, while not depressing the kids or whatever. Yeah. Right. So you'd be like, okay, well, you know what? The Pilgrims met up with the Indians, this and this. And right before they left, they chopped off the Indian chief's daughter's head. But listen, they had a great time, guys. You know, like fucking, you know, something like that. You know, like fuck, we had something at least to spark the conversation. Wait, sir, did you say? Wait, what was that? Was that last part about the daughter? Oh yeah. Well, let me tell you about what really happened. You know, I don't know.
But yeah, there's just like, you know, this every year you go by, and especially in grade school, it was like the history was completely revised each time. And they still, ultimately at the end, they didn't really tell you history, how it happened. It was still always was kind of a sanitized version of it. Like I'm still, every day I'll learn some fucked up thing that happened in the past, especially in America.
Same.
Oh, this guy raped that person. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought they were an important historical figure that was like a force of good in the community. Guess that was a lie. You know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like Ben Franklin being a fucking serial killer and having bones under his house.
No, so you really get the whole story either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that like I'll have, because I know a shit ton of people, all different religions, backgrounds, colors, sizes, sexual orientation, all that shit. And then this election has been very interesting talking to everybody.
Yeah.
Even last night during that debate, we were a pretty diverse crowd in the room. We all decided when we found out it was happening, we were like, is that really going down? I was like, I guess, yeah, we have to do it. But I thought we would, if any year, we'd skip it, right? Like this year, we'd be like, you know what? Just vote. We don't need these motherfuckers on stage embarrassing us anymore, right? But they decided to do it, so I'm going to watch, right? And so I fucking grabbed a bottle of liquor. You know, we all met up at the house, and we sat back, and we were just snacking, watching, laughing our dicks off. And fucking, you know, some things were sparked up in the conversation. We're all family pretty much, so we're all laughing it off. But at the same time, we're talking to each other about scenarios, you know, like things that happen. And there's even things where, here's an example, right? Muhammad Ali. You know, a great boxer, legend, you know, an inspiration for all kinds of people in all kinds of fields. of that skin color, fucking not of that skin color, just this figure of an icon in American history, right? And then somebody will be like, oh, he's a fucking draft dodger, that piece of shit. Fuck that guy. And it's like, he was a draft dodger? Right? There's a piece of information missing, but you don't know that, and you're not telling me, right? Yeah. So the missing piece of that information from the perspective back on to Muhammad Ali would be like, I'm not going to fight for a country that didn't even respect me to drink the same water fountain as white folks or so whatever the fuck. And I would be like, now what would I do in that position? I'm fighting somebody else, and the people I'm fighting has nothing to do with me being equal in my country. So yeah, go fuck yourself, bitch. I'm not going over there. Like, you want me to risk my life to go do something for you? You don't even respect me, right? So that would make sense, but that's not being told. Right. That part of it. It's true. You know what I mean? So all these perspectives that are left out would make sense to like 98% of people. Even fucking a racist fucking dude, he doesn't know piss and shit other than the dudes around him. But if you were to sit down and talk to him and be like, dude, look at me, right? And you talk to him as a normal human, he would probably be like, oh, dang it, it's got a point. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of shit. Yeah. I think those conversations would occur. I mean, we had a white homie that me and the black homie were talking to about certain scenarios that has happened to us in real life. And he's just like, fuck, why I didn't know that? And it's like, well, of course you didn't, dude. But it's not like we're sitting here talking about it all the time. Right. We just fucking, okay. And then we move on. You ain't got nothing to do with it. You might be white, but you ain't got nothing to do with it. So what am I talking to you about for? Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Just saying.
I feel like a lot of those like closed-minded beliefs really stem from just the unwillingness to, not the unwillingness to learn, but just the unwillingness to like find out, like to actively search for that information.
Yeah, we're constantly being lied to. It's like YouTube leaked out to the real world.
The biggest collab.
Hey guys, I love you. Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Can you imagine if Donald Trump and Joe Biden came out and was like, "What up, gamers? Welcome back to the debate. Today we're going to be talking about the United States. So make sure to like and subscribe and smack the shit out of that ballot."
Dude, Lars is over here like, he's not having it, what you just said, but I bet you if that shit actually happened, Lars would have been fucking on it, boy.
Yeah.
Lars would have been laughing his dick off. You don't think so, Lars?
No, I know. It'd be funny, but it'd be kind of like that, like, post-apocalyptic, might as well fucking do this shit now kind of laughter. Like,
well, hear me out. Okay, so the fact that they had, like, okay, so oh shit, I hit my mic. So the fact that they came out and it felt like I was about to watch UFC or something, like with the countdown and like, I was like, is this, because like, okay, just a little bit, just to preface this, I'm the most politically illiterate person. I know nothing about politics. My whole philosophy is just don't be a fucking asshole. That's it, right? Like I don't have any sort of political spectrum at all.
Gotcha.
I just don't. Like when I was watching, I was like, I don't know what's going on anymore. I feel so lost. I like, it's just a weird thing to like, you listen to these two people you don't really know a whole lot about. And it's just like, I feel like I'm living in a dystopian future. Like I don't know what's happening anymore. And it's, right. I mean, I feel like that's kind of like, and of course this podcast isn't super all about politics, but it is a weird time for politics and just like a weird time for just our society in general and just like how people act towards each other. It's all fucking weird, man. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
You know what's been really good though? The one of the big silver linings at the moment, especially like with the intersection of the virus and politics and stuff, is it's taught me a lot about which grown adults in my life are actually complete fucking idiots and that I should never trust them ever again. Like, it's just really revealed who the morons are in my life. Like,
all you gotta do is be on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta do. Just be on Twitter and you'll see it all.
You don't even have to uncover what they're saying anymore. They'll just tell you. They'll just tweet it out. They'll just tell you how stupid they are. And that's true. I've gotten rid of some people in my life because of it. And, I'm having a better time because of it. So
I found asking questions will usually get somebody off of that high horse, or just they're just gonna expose themselves. You know what I mean? For not being like, for me, if you ask me a question, I'll answer to the best of my ability. If I don't know, I just don't fucking know. It's like, well, I don't know. I haven't seen the thing, or I've never done it.
Speaking of which, Doplex, you said you were going to potentially bring in a segment in which you were going to ask the guest a question.
Oh,
now would be a good time to do it.
Oh, okay. Oh man,
you've come prepared, haven't you?
Yeah, no, I am. I wasn't expecting that. Now I thought, okay, all right, Vega.
All right.
What are your thoughts on this image, my man? I'm dropping it in recording chat. And I want you to describe it to the best of your abilities, if you can.
My thoughts on this image.
What are we looking at first?
It looks like a man of Oriental descent, but it's just his head, and it's on a crab, but it's like a statue. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah,
I don't know what to think of this. It's a weird image. I would like to think it's Photoshop, but it doesn't look like it is. And
no, it's not, because I have different angles of it.
Well, I would like to know who the fuck made this and why they made this. That would be my thoughts.
Wait, Doplex, did you make this?
Did I go out and erect this statue of a crab with an Asian guy's head?
Why do you have multiple angles of this? What is this?
I don't know. I had these photos saved in a folder.
See, I feel like the fact that you've taken multiple angles of it means that you might actually be the creator. How do I know? Like,
I think he got multiple angles because somebody asked him that question before. Like, is it real? And he had to go looking for it, so he said, fuck it, I'm going to save it to the folder.
Yeah.
He came prepared, boy, with that one. Look at it. It's so weird. What is this?
I don't know. All right, well, let's move on to a different one. What are your thoughts on this image? Just give us your first thoughts and describe it to the best of your ability.
Fear. That'd be a good word.
Yeah.
Is this Abraham Lincoln or something? What is this?
Yeah, it's Abraham Lincoln from the bust up, and the rest of him is comprised of like robot parts and jelly. I think it's a wax figure.
It's almost like beer
not really
cans.
quite sure. They might be beer cans. It's kind of hard to tell because the picture is so like low quality and cursed. But okay, so your initial thought was fear.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I mean, imagine that in a room, and the way the pictures take it too, it's like somebody turned a flashlight on in a very dark room,
dark,
and then this is the first thing you saw, and you happen to be snapping a picture, or you're in a very dark room, and you're like, well, my camera has a light on it. When I flash, let me just take a picture. Like, this is like 1994, right? Like, we all have flashlights on our phones, right?
Yeah.
You know what? This looks like it's from 1990 something.
It does look very, very 90s, I will say.
Doplex, when you're doing the render for this, if you want to put these images in at those points, you're more than welcome to, by the way.
Well, hold on, I got one more picture for Vega. Hold on.
Okay.
Last one. Just initial thoughts and describe it to the best of your ability.
Oh my God. Wow. I actually got a buddy that dates women like this.
Large worms? Like large meat
massive,
sacks?
yeah. Mm-hmm. He's into it, boy. Look at that.
If that's your thing, I think it's a potato. I can't tell because what potato is that large?
I think this is Photoshop.
You think so?
I think so. Yeah.
It might be. Now that I'm looking at it again, it might be.
Yeah. One of the hands. One of the hands has the shadows on the fingertips. They missed that. That's what it looks like. To me.
I do see that.
Because you see how the thumb has the shadow going up on the forearm, but then the four fingers don't have any shadow at all.
Right.
There should be some occlusion there. But either way, even if it's fake, very interesting.
Amir, did you just like walk around your house and like take pictures of different stuff that you have, and you're trying to kind of pass this off as cursed images on the internet?
Yeah, because I casually own a man who makes out with a giant potato.
No, just like someone you hang out with was just there. You're like, I'll take a shot of this. Yeah.
God, you know what? Actually, we have those plants in Florida everywhere. This cat has to be Florida.
The meat sack plants?
Yeah, I flew out to Florida to meet up with Vega, and I just saw this guy.
Yeah,
and I took the photo for this occasion. Yeah. Actually, that's Vega. That's you.
Oh.
I don't dress like that, but that's I was still confused.
Right.
Yeah, during that time, I used to shop at Kohl's.
Oh, Doplex. Right. Speaking of shopping, I think we should talk about our sponsor.
This late in the podcast. Now you want? All right. We'll do it. All right. Hey, Lars.
Hey.
What do you got in your pocket right now?
I have a phone which can use Audible.
Exactly.
If you go to audibletrial.com/T1podcast today, guys, you should go ahead and check them out on our behalf because we can get you a free book today.
That's right, free, para gratis, no money. So all you got to do is head on over to audibletrial.com/T1podcast. Vega, what's the link? Putting you on the spot. audibletrial.com/T1podcast.
Yes, thank you, Vega.
Audible. I can't even repeat that. Go
ahead. Guys, you've listened to the podcast this far. You're obviously a fan of long-form content. Get a free book. It's like the most natural thing in the world. And you know what? Our podcast is actually on Audible now because it's part of the Amazon podcast platform, which just launched. Ooh. So you can find us on there too.
So you can set up your headphones so you can listen to Catcher in the Rye in one ear and the first podcast in the other ear.
Yeah, be really efficient with your time that way.
Exactly.
audibletrial.com/T1podcast.
T1 podcast.
By the way, and not a sponsor here, just wanted to mention this to Doplex. So I got this message from Tabor last night. It was about 3 a.m. It was a Discord DM, and it was kind of clear that he was drunk. You know, like he doesn't say it.
Oh, did he send you his dick and balls too?
No. That's happened before, but this time in particular, it was kind of like he was trying to confide in me something where he said, please don't tell anyone this. And guys, keep it to yourselves, obviously, if you're listening to this. But he was like, I've never told anyone this before, but at the age of 42, I still wet the bed. I'm really ashamed of it. I'm really embarrassed, but I just had to tell someone.
Is this a bit?
And to add insult to injury, he told me that he has the kind of urethra where it kind of whistles as he pees. So it's like he wakes himself up whenever he pees himself at night. So it's like it's really having an effect on his sleep.
Wait, I'm confused. Is this a bit? What are we doing?
I don't know. I'm keeping quiet just in case. I don't want to interrupt.
Oh yeah, sorry, Lars. Continue. Tell us about Matt's bedwetting.
And so he was saying like the problems with the sleep because he whistles when he pees and it wakes him up, and he's not getting enough sleep for the podcast, and he's worried that like his podcast isn't very good because of it. Which I mean, it's true, but I'm not going to tell him that. And so, like, I told him, yeah, I'll plug your podcast on our next recording just to make you feel better about your pee problems. So, guys, it's not that great of a show, but go listen to the Create Unknown. I mean, it's all right.
I will never do the Create Unknown. I will never.
Yeah, after hearing a story like that, I mean,
yeah, you're better than that. You would never leave us like that.
Yeah, but guys, be nice. Doplex was on their podcast. Go listen to that one. Go listen to every other episode. Maybe some of them are really fantastic. Maybe it's a really great podcast, and you might actually like it. Matt Tabor pees his pants. Let's move on.
Nice.
Beautiful. Yeah. That was fantastic.
All right. So, Vega, is there anything you were really hoping we would ask you about that we didn't get to?
Not really, man. I just thought come on, you're chill.
Okay,
cool.
Do you have anything right now? Like, what's the main next thing that people can look forward to if they subscribe to your channel?
Well, before the Mandalorian season 2 kicks off, the parody one that I'm doing, should be uploading right before that. Oh. So that whole season will be done. So
cool.
All right,
that's the one that's going on there. That's really just one of those whatever projects. I was like, I don't know why I'm doing this. I just think it's hilarious. So I just fucking said, fuck it, I'll do it. People like the memes of it. But
sure,
that's one. But I do got to trigger Infinite, two of the episodes of Cage, which is the Chosen Critical series, and then a full Trend Killer episode, the second one.
Ooh.
Trying to get this, everybody hates this YouTuber, but I'm trying to get this YouTuber to get on it. If he don't, it's all good. But I'm excited to do that one for sure.
Well, you definitely piqued my interest.
Fucking legit.
And I do want to say
that one's I could probably tell you after this, but this is like a legit. I figured out a way to bring internet culture to to that series again, but to keep it there.
Ooh, so interesting.
Yeah, so that's, I don't know. I'm fucking hyped up for that one, dude. Plus, there's an opening sequence that is like, that got me like, oh fuck yeah, well we pulled it off, so that's cool. Because it's going into some crazy shit.
Yeah. Well, I do want to say before we wrap up here, for the people who are listening, I do want to really encourage you. I mean, granted, if you've listened this far into the podcast, you've heard us stroke Vega's massive penis and ego. So chances are you've probably subscribed by now. But I do want to say that for all of you listening, I implore you to go check out Lord Vega's channel right now. Do yourself a favor. Do yourself the thing that's been missing in your life, the hole that's in your chest that you've been looking for the missing puzzle piece for, the missing piece of entertainment that will make you genuinely make your mind ejaculate. First word that popped in my head.
Yes.
Then subscribe to Lord Vega. He'll probably just tell you to check it out, but I'm telling you to fucking dedicate your life to this man. No, but you should subscribe to Lord Vega because he's a very talented creator and one of my favorite creators and one of the top people I look up to on this platform. So please go check him out.
After this string, we're gonna do ours.
Hell yeah, I cannot wait
because this one, the one dropping, the infinite dropping leads into ours.
Oh fuck yeah,
that one we have to do one after that one because then it's gonna be awkward if I do.
Oh, dude, you know I'm available for you anytime, anywhere, any place. Let's do it.
Oh my god, that's sexy. All right, there you go. Subscribe to the first podcast.
Beautiful.
Oh yeah, by the way, guys, you actually can do that now.
Oh, that's right.
Because we're actually on YouTube now.
We don't have a URL yet.
Yeah, so I'm gonna make one. I'm just gonna use our domain name and make one for now until we get to the username stage. Just go to youtube.t1podcast.com if you want to subscribe. I'll go ahead and make that link before I post this, so when people click on that, it'll take them to the channel.
Perfect.
You guys have been asking for years at this point now for us to put the show on YouTube. And for a variety of reasons, we didn't. But fine, you got it. We'll put it up there. We're going to have some nice vaporwave graphics. Doplex is going to be doing the rendering for that and probably post some like extra clips and stuff on there. Maybe some video content. Who knows?
Maybe a 4-hour video of me pissing.
Or something much, much better than that.
Yeah, something that's not that.
Yeah.
Well, what am I going to do with all this piss?
I'm actually impressed you were able to piss for 4 hours straight, to be honest. But...
Through the magic of editing, Lars.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, Vega, do you want to you introduce the show? Would you like to end it for us?
And before you do that, I also want to say patreon.com/T1podcast.
Sorry.
Is the link.
Yes.
To get bonus episodes of the podcast, early listening privileges, a funny roll in the Discord, and more.
And a 4-hour video of me pissing.
Yeah, how about if you subscribe, you won't have to watch that on Patreon.
Unless...
we'll specifically make it so that we'll delete that video.
Unless you want that. Then I can accommodate.
Yeah, if anyone wants a 4-hour video of Doplex peeing, do you really want to commit to that? Because there might be one asshole out there.
No, I don't want to commit to that.
Yeah, this is what I want.
Okay. I'm thinking about pee right now because I really have to pee.
Oh, okay.
So that
I also have a Patreon.
Oh, there you go. You want to shout that out?
No, just, if you guys find the Patreon, yeah, go for it. I would like to do this.
No, please.
I would like to make cool shit.
Yeah, let us.
I would like to make cool shit as a living and then stop working. That'd be great.
Yeah.
And I 100% think you'll get there. But yeah, I mean, let them know where they can find you everywhere. Give us all your links.
Just look up Lord Vega. I should be around. I don't remember all my shit. It's just Lord Vega. I'm the guy that shaves his head and has a beard and has a bunch of tattoos.
There you go.
That's me.
Yeah, there's no other people like that on the internet.
There really isn't.
Not named Lord Vega. There's a couple of people.
Yeah.
They take all the damn ads. All of them are taken. And then they fucking... I have to beat them somehow. But now I'm finally the top result for, I think, everywhere.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Because it wasn't that way before. It was like some gamer from like 20 years ago.
What is up, guys? It's your boy, Lord Vega. Today we're going to be playing some Fortnite.
Yeah. Hello, Lord Vega with a 0.
Yeah. And a 4 at the end.
Oh, man, it was crazy. Yeah. Yeah, but all you got to do is really Google my shit, whatever platform, and then you should be able to find it.
There you go. And you should do that because the stuff is amazing.
You know what I think, by the way? I think Leafy should take us out.
Oh, really?
Let's go, Leafy.
Right.
Hey, you fucking asshole. Thanks for watching the first podcast. I don't know. What are you still doing here? Fucking tier 3 sub.
Vega, go ahead and take us away.
Take you away? What do you mean?
Take us out with a gun.
You're explaining this terribly.
I know.
Yeah.